here, we've already created our submissions. And you'll remember that when we wanted to print that form, this is what that looked like from our submissions. We can now add new test results. So we can click that. And in here is where we add our test results. So if you know your pool number, you might, if you have your packing sheet, you might know your pool numbers, which are here. Or you might not know that, and you might need to go to this drop down on the right to know which pools have been submitted and are awaiting test results. So you can click here to load. Oops, sorry. You can click here to load those pools. So we're in 2023 now, and we have submitted 9 different batches of pools to our lab. You might have a big number here, you might not, depending on what your lab is doing. So here's, for example, one that we submitted earlier today with our mosquito pools. And so this was form ID 7. If we were in the lab and we had this printed out, we know this is form ID 7. Let's just go here to submission ID 7, and then we can load those pools. You can see here we have pools 10 and 11, which matches what our sheet says. And then from there, we can go in and enter our results. So our test date will say is today. We have all the different types, I don't know, we have a lot of different types of testing that you might use in your lab. Here we use the RT-PCR, so I would select that. We have what we tested these for was WSW, so that's the West Nile, St. Louis, and Western Equine. So here we're going to have a separate line for each target, of course, because they're not all going to be positive or all going to be, well, sometimes they'll all be negative, but you won't get all of them positive. But if that's the case, we can then go in here again, copy this row, same pool, just a different test. And so we will put all 3 of them that we tested for here, which were those. For us with our RT-PCR, we get a CT score, so how positive or negative it is. If you don't have to put a value in. For some of these tests, you won't have a value that you want to put there, but you can put your status here. So we'll say it was West Nile positive, and the others were negative or even inconclusive. And then you can put in comments if you would like there. Same we'll do for the sample sample 11. So that was pool 11, which are 50 Culex tarsalis. So we also tested them for the same 3 things. So we're going to go here and copy this. We're going to go St. Louis. We're going to go Western Equine, and let's say all of these were negative. Then we can save our test results. Great, test results have been saved. You'll notice here now that we shouldn't be able to, I guess we can still load those, but maybe that's hasn't updated yet. So test results have been successfully added. If we want to go, we can, with everything else, also manage our test results here. So say we, we did that testing, that one was inconclusive. We decided to run it again. Let's go back in there and view this sample that we had tested that was positive, confirmed. This one was inconclusive. We actually went back and tested it and it's negative. So let's update that. So that's been saved and back to manage test results. You will see in your test results, you'll get a bold red when you have a positive, which can be helpful for you. And then over here on the right, you can put, which month, sorry, this is not the right, on the left, you can add which month or year you're in. So let's go back to like September of last year, which tends to be At 10, we see positives. We saw this one pool had positive West Nile. You'll get some summaries over here. Where, sorry, excuse me, it'll tell you how many species you tested and then how many were actually positive for West Nile. If we had other positives, like a St. Louis or something, those would pop up here as well. Maybe, I don't think we see those up here, but if we change the month and year, we'll get to see that again. What species were positive, and also how many species we tested. So that is it for our managing test results. So that's when you're in-house. If you're testing in a central lab, you'll get an email automated sent to you when your test results are available, and you'll be able to view those in the system.